Hey guys, good evening and thanks for joining. So in the today class, we will continue about a couple of definitions. Once those definitions are completed, then we can start about the voice layer concept. Okay, so we completed so far couple of definitions. These definitions we will use regularly. Okay, so are these words we will use regularly for next, as I said, 70 hours, whatever course content we have. So those definitions will continue in this class. Once those definitions are completed, then we can start the networking concepts. So that is the agenda for today class. So next topic is a TCP. So before going to TCP, I will explain about payload. So payload also one of the interview question. What is the payload? It is a piece of written code. It is a piece of written code. So this piece of written code, it is nothing but in our normal terminology, we can say message. Whatever message you are typing in the Teams or maybe in the Google chat or maybe in the WhatsApp chat, or maybe you are sending an email to one user to another user, or maybe you are trying to access one of the website, or maybe you are trying to access one of the application and so on. So everything we can represent in the form of IP packets. Every IP packet contains one is IP header and second one is payload. Payload meaning here piece of written code. That piece of written code also we can refer as message. Okay, how we can define this one? It is a piece of written code or message. The piece of written code, whatever we are trying to send, that is called payload. So IP packet we already discussed yesterday. So it is a numerical number or label assigned to each and every system is called IP address. But every IP packet contains two different types of parts. One is IP packet contains two parts. One is IP header. So IP header is nothing but what is the source IP and what is the destination IP. Where the IP address is originating, that is nothing but source. Where that particular message it has to reach, that is called destination. So every IP packet contains one is IP header. Once again, IP header contains one is source IP. Source IP is nothing but where the message is originating. That is called source IP. Second part is called destination IP, where that particular message it has to reach. So that is called destination IP. So that is one part. Second one is a payload. So just now we discussed payload is nothing but message or maybe piece of written code. Once again, every IP packet is a two types of versions. One is IPv4, that is 32-bit. And second version is IPv6, that is 128-bit. That we can discuss a part of classes of IP address or IP address classification. We have separate topic is there. There we can discuss. So this is about IP packet. So every IP packets, whatever traffic or messages you are sending in the form of IP packets only. So that may be sending an email or accessing a website, or maybe, okay, so accessing a server or sending a message to another user, everything in the form of IP packet. That IP packet has a two portions in simple terminology. One is IP header. So IP header, it represents source IP and destination IP. Source IP meaning here where the message is originating, that is called source IP. And destination IP meaning here where that particular message it has to reach, that is called destination IP. In
Starting
this,
point and end point, sir.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, source IP and destination IP means starting point to end point, right?
Exactly, that's correct. Maybe you are traveling from Bangalore to Chennai. In that scenario, starting point is Bangalore and ending point is Chennai. That's correct, yes. And second part is a payload. So payload is nothing but is a piece of written code. That piece of written code also we can call it as a message. Okay, that is about IP packet. So next one is TCP. So TCP full form is Transmission Control Protocol. Transmission Control Protocol. So it will use different types of TCP flags. One is urgent, one is push, one is reset, then one is okay, synchronization, acknowledgement, and finish. There are 6 different types of. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys, someone is knocking the door. Sorry. Yeah, TCP, Transmission Control Protocol. So this Transmission Control Protocol, it will use different types of TCP flags for connection establishment as well as connection closure. Example, maybe you're trying to access any website, or you are sending a message to me, or maybe you're trying to access one of the server, and so on. Everywhere it will follow couple of TCP flags that we can discuss later. So those flags it will be used, and finally communication will be established between two users. So the two users, we can call it a peer-to-peer. Not only just two users, even one user to database, or one user to server, one user to application, or user to user, or user to any other system. Okay, so every time it will use couple of TCP flags. Those TCP flags is nothing but enabling or connection establishment or connection closure. Okay, so it is a connection oriented protocol. It is a connection oriented protocol. So for connection establishment purpose, it will use TCP three-way handshake. It is one of the very popular interview question also. TCP three-way handshake. What is by TCP three-way handshake? Okay, so connection establishment purpose, it will use TCP three-way handshake. For connection closure, it will use TCP two-way handshake. Meaning here, example, if you want to access any website, or maybe if you don't know some of the address in so and so location, what will you do? Either you will use a Google map, or maybe you will use a Google, right? So you will go to the Google and you'll give a query or question, so and so address. Automatically Google server will respond back that particular address. So that is nothing but connection establishment it will use. For that one, it will use 3 different types of process. One is synchronization, synchronization plus acknowledgement, and acknowledgement. That total overall process is happening in 3 ways. That's what that is called TCP three-way handshake. Okay. So in the similar way, connection closure also, we will use 2 different types of things. One is connection closing as well as acknowledgement, finish and also acknowledgement. So that entire process is happening in 2 ways. That is called TCP two-way handshake. If you are combining these together, TCP three-way handshake as well as TCP two-way handshake, then we can call it as TCP five-way handshake. This is 3, this is plus 2. 3 plus 2 is nothing but overall 5. That entire process we can call it as TCP five-way handshake. Meaning here, so connection establishment as well as connection closure. For connection establishment, it will use couple of TCP flags. For connection closure also, it will use couple of TCP flags. Example, connection establishment, it will use synchronization plus acknowledgement. For connection closer, it will use finish and acknowledgement. So these are the two different types of TCP flags it will use. So this TCP protocol, it is a part of transport layer. As per OS layer, we are going to start today itself. As per OSA layer, okay, TCP protocol will come under transport layer. Nothing but it will carry the message from one user to another user or one location to another location without any errors with flow control. That is called TCP. That is the functionality of transport layer. We can discuss later, don't worry.
What
So
about three-way handshake, sir?
yeah, that is also I will explain later. Part of
Okay.
our transport layer. These two I'll explain later, don't worry. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one is UDP. This is very interview question, important interview question also. TCP three-way handshake. It is one of the very popular interview question. Day before yesterday interview question, this one from Capgemini. So user datagram protocol. So UDP full form is user datagram protocol. It will use the okay. So datagram as a protocol data unit or maybe data format. Okay, UDP protocol, it will use the datagrams as a protocol data unit or maybe data format. TCP will use segments. TCP will use segments and IP will use packets. IP will use packets. TCP will use segments. UDP will use datagrams. That we can discuss later once again. User datagram protocol. Okay, so it is connectionless oriented protocol. Connection less oriented protocol. Meaning here, after TCP connection will establish, it will use UDP protocol. After TCP connection will establish, it will use UDP protocol. Example, for connection establishment, maybe you want to download one of the movie from YouTube, or maybe you want to download one of the movie from BitTorrent. Okay. So in that scenario, for connection establishment to YouTube and also connection establishment to BitTorrent, it will use a TCP protocol. Once that connection establishment is completed, then it will use UDP protocol to download that particular movie. So that is called UDP basically. Okay. In the similar way, if you want to make any Skype call or any Microsoft Teams call, any WhatsApp video call, or maybe any Facebook video call and so on, in that scenario, it will use a UDP connection. So first it will establish a connection. After that, it will use UDP protocol. Okay. So example, we can say Skype video call or WhatsApp video call or audio call also. Or maybe we want to download one of the file. Downloading of one of the file from the file from any device or any website. So all those connections, it will fall under UDP. Then what is TCP examples? Any connection. So whatever you are doing connection establishment, that is called TCP example. Okay. So maybe you are accessing one of the Google server, or maybe you are accessing Facebook, or maybe you're accessing Twitter, or maybe you're accessing YouTube. Everything is a TCP connections. As compared to UDP, will use a TCP more. Okay. So it is one of the interview question once again. What is the difference between TCP and UDP? It's a very popular interview question. Once again, it is day before yesterday interview question. So what is the difference between TCP scan and UDP scan? So TCP scan is a connection established or connection oriented scan, and UDP is a connection less oriented scan. That is the main difference. Okay. So that we can see once again later, don't worry. Next one is ICMP protocol. ICMP full form is Internet Control Message Protocol. Internet Control Message Protocol. So meaning here, whenever you are trying to access any of the internet connectivity, in that scenario, we will use one of the messaging protocol. That messaging protocol is ICMP. Okay. But unfortunately, it doesn't have any port number. There is no port number is required for communication purpose. There is no port number is required for ICMP. Okay. Where we will use this ICMP protocol, wherever you are sending a message, that places will use ICMP protocol. Example, you can see my screen. I'm using now one of the ping. Ping is nothing but sending the messages. So sending the message in official terminology, we can call it as a ping. So example, if I want to see whether Google is working or not, or from my system or from my laptop, whether Google is reachable or not. Okay, in that scenario, what I will use ping command. Okay, example, if I'm sending a message in WhatsApp or maybe in Facebook, that particular message we can call ping, P-I-N-G, ping. Okay, in normal terminology, we can call it messaging, sending the messages or receiving the messages. In technical terminology, we can call pinging or ping otherwise. So example, from my system or my laptop, if I want to see whether I'm able to reach or whether I'm able to see whether I'm able to reach the particular Google system or not. Okay, in that scenario, I will give ping. So google.com. If response is coming back from google.com, that means my system has a internet connectivity because Google is a completely outside. It's a public network. Okay. So let's see now. You can see response is coming back. Response is coming back from Google server. Okay, google.com ping, I given google.com. In this scenario, so pinging google.com. Okay, so 32 bytes of the data. Reply from, okay, so time it has taken 30 milliseconds. That means, okay, I will give one more thing now. Ping. So normally google.com public DNS server IP address, public DNS. When you say public DNS, everybody can access public. So example, public road. What do you mean public road? Everybody can go on that particular road. That is called public road. In the similar public DNS meaning here, everybody can access. There is no restrictions. So Google public DNS IP address is 8.8.8.8. It is also one of the interior question. What is the IP address of the Google public DNS? So it is a 8.8.8.8. Okay, we have one more public DNS IP, that is secondary public DNS IP address 8.8.4.4. Okay, so now I will give 8.8.8.8.8. Let's see. You can see even though I'm giving google.com, response is coming back from Google. Even though if I'm giving 8.8.8.8, even the response is coming from Google public DNS. Okay. So why I'm explaining now this particular ping command or whatever. Okay. So this ping messaging command. So ping command will use ICMP protocol. Ping command will use ICMP protocol. It is service oriented protocol. It doesn't have any port number. Ping will use ICMP protocol. It is a messaging protocol. Okay. So ping command can be used to see whether system is up or down, or active or inactive. Now, if I given ping google.com and also ping 8.8.8.8, now Google is responded back in both these scenarios. That means we can say public DNS server of the Google is active. It is up and it is running. I will give one more IP address example, ping 10.10.10.2. Let's see what is the response now. So I given ping 10.10.10.2. You can see here request timed out. That means from my laptop, if I'm giving 10.10.10.2, it's one of the IP address. So requested timed out, nothing but it is not able to reach. Here also it will use ICMP protocol. Both the scenarios it will use ICMP protocol. Okay. So here response is coming back and the destination is reachable. But in this scenario, destination is unreachable. That's what it is showing as requested timed out. Okay. See, in both the places, requested timed out or maybe so response is coming back. Both the scenarios, it will use ICMP protocol. That ICMP protocol is called as messaging protocol. And it doesn't have any port number. It is a completely service. So it will represent what is the service it is running on. Okay. So that is total 3 concepts we discussed here. One is ICMP protocol, Internet Control Message Protocol. It will use service, but it doesn't have any port number. It doesn't have any communication port number. It is service oriented protocol. That is message oriented protocol. Okay. That is one topic we discussed. Second thing is ping command. So ping command will use ICMP protocol. If response is coming back from any system or any server or any website or any domain, that means destination is reachable. Destination is reachable. Example, I given ping google.com. From my system, I'm able to access Google. I given even ping 8.8.8.8. It's a public DNS. So here also response is coming back. That means from my system or from my laptop, so Google I'm able to access. Let's go and see using graphical user interface. This is called command line interface, whatever just now we have seen. Let's go and see using graphical user interface. If I want to go to graphical user interface and see whether Google is working or not, what I have to do? Anyone? What I have to do? Anyone?
So graphical user interface is nothing but we have to click on the Google and give the particular URL or something, and we have to
Excellent.
just
That's
request for
perfect
the.
answer. Yeah, that's perfect answer. Really appreciate for that one. So I will go to now web browser and I will see it's a graphical user interface. I will type google.com. Let's see whether Google is opening or not. Yes, it is opening. I'm able to access Google. So this is called graphical user interface. In graphical user interface also, from my laptop, I'm able to access google.com. Even in the command line interface also, I'm able to access google.com. So this is whenever if are going to command line interface, always we have to remember commands. But graphical user interface, there is no need to require any commands. It's user friendly. Whenever we say user friendly, it is simple and also we can access and there is no need to remember any commands. That is called user friendly. Okay. So come back now here. ICMP protocol can be used to represent any service it is running on. To represent any service is running on, and also it is message oriented protocol. Okay. Second one is it doesn't have, it is entire question, guys. It doesn't have any port number. It doesn't have any port number. Ping command will be used by ICMP protocol. Okay, that we can discuss once again. We have network command options are there. There we can discuss. So far, how many commands we discussed? Anyone? So far, how many commands we discussed? Today we discussed ping command. Prior to this one, how many commands we discussed? Anyone?
I think get
We-
my command if config IP config command.
IP config and get map.
Perfect. That's perfect answer. So far we discussed total 3 commands. One is ping command we discussed today. And yesterday or day before yesterday, we used get mac and also we used IP config. So total we discussed 3 commands. So we have to discuss about another 7 commands. Okay, these commands we will use regularly for instant investigation. For instant investigation. So ping, trace route, NS lookup, okay, IP config slash all, get mac. Even we discussed one more command, ARP. ARP also we discussed. Okay. So total 4 commands we discussed. So far, one is IP config, second one is get mac, ARP, and also ping. These 4 are completed. We are remaining another 6. Those things we discuss. It's a part of our network commands. Okay. Don't worry. Once again, we'll repeat all these. So next topic, our next SOP. So SOP full form is standard operating procedure documents. Standard operating procedure document, it is one of the very, very important interview question. Especially whoever is putting more than 4+ or 5+ years of experience. Those people will get this type of questions. Do you have any experience on creating SOP? Or do you know how to create playbook? Or do you know how to create run book? Okay, SOP is also called as playbook. SOP is also called as run book. It's one of the interview question. Do you have any experience on how to create SOP? Do you have any experience on how to create playbook? Do you know how to create run book? So this is one of the interview question. Especially this one will be created by level 3 or L3 or implementation team. So what this standard operating procedure document, every incident, whatever we are receiving, we will do step-by-step process of instant investigation. What L1 team has to do, what L2 team has to do, and also what L3 team has to do. Example, maybe one of the virus attack has come in SIM tool, or maybe one of the phishing email attack has come in SIM tool, or maybe one of the ransomware attack has come in SIM tool. In that scenario, we will follow a couple of knowledge base, or we'll follow a couple of documentation, or we'll follow a couple of procedure document. So whenever any ransomware or whenever any attack, basically, whenever any attack will come, what L1 team has to do? What is the role and responsibilities of L1 team? And what L2 team has to do? And what L3 team has to do? Everything we will represent step-by-step process. Obviously, how we will follow this particular process? Log into SIM tool. Go to instance tab. Okay. Just pick up the respective instant or alert. Then gather the triage. Identify which system is got compromised or not got compromised. And do the incident investigation. Make a summary of the report. And finally close the incident. So everything we can represent in a step-by-step process. So the step-by-step process of instant investigation procedure document is called SOP. Okay. So L1 team normally, what exactly they will do? They will classify the incident as a false positive and true positive. When you say false positive, nothing is happened, but tool will go something it's happened. It's like a fake incident. It is not really happened. That is called false positive. True positive meaning really something is got compromised. That is called true positive. Okay. False, it's like a fake, and true, it's nothing but something really got compromised. So L1 team role 0 to 4 years or 5 years of experienced people, whoever is putting in the resume. So that particular team roles and responsibility. So whenever any alert is receiving, they will classify the incident as a false positive and true positive. If it is a false positive, they will do the entire incident investigation and they can make a summary of the report. Then they will close. That's it. That is the L1 role, level 1 role. Okay. So what is level 2 and level 3 role? Whatever system or server or database or application is got compromised, they will take care of even mitigation and also incident response. That is part of level 2 and level 3. Okay. So in SOP, what level 1 team has to do, what level team has to do, and what level 3 team has to do, everything we can represent. So step-by-step process of incident investigation, what exactly procedure they have to follow. That procedure is nothing but SOP. This SOP is also called as playbook documentation or runbook documentation. It is one of the favorite interview question. So as I said, how they will ask, do you know how to create SOP document? Or do you know how to create playbook document? Or do you know how to create runbook document? Okay. What the answer you have to say? Yes, I know how to create a document related to SOP, or I know how to create playbook document. I know how to create runbook document. Okay. So how we can define this one? It is a step-by-step procedure of incident investigation document. Incident investigation document. In this document, we will give or we will provide procedure related to what level 1 security team will do, what L2 team has to do, and what L3 team has to do. So that is called SOP. I'm putting note also. SOP procedure document also called as playbook or runbook. So that is called SOP. Okay. So what is the interview question? Do you know how to create SOP, or do you know how to create playbook, or do you know how to create runbook? For the answer you have to say, yes, I know how to create. Whenever any incident will come, exactly what exactly you will do. So that everything we will make a one document. That may be Word document, or that may be one of the complaints page, that may be ServiceNow documentation. That is like a knowledge-based documentation. Okay. Most of the case, it is like a one of the Word document. Word document. So we can represent, log into SM tool, go to the alerts tab or instance tab, or pick up the incident, then start the incident investigation. Okay, classify the incident, which type of incident we received. Okay, after classifying, triaging the incident and make a summary of the report. Then close the incident if it is a false positive. If it is true positive, then L2 team will do. If it is escalated one, once again L2 team, L3 team will do. So that is everything we can represent one document. Next one, we have false positive. Just now we discussed. So false positive meaning here, tool sometimes will give fake results. So that incident or alert really it's not happened, but unfortunately tool will give something it's happened. Really it's not happened. Practically it's not happened. Okay. It is a legitimate activity, but tool will show illegitimate activity, illegal activity. That is called false positive. False positive. So it is like a fake incident, but don't say an interview fake incident. But just for understanding purpose, I am saying fake incident. Really, something instant, it's not compromised. So that is called false positive. But alert notification we will receive. But alert notification we will receive.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yes, please.
Yeah, you told this false positive is means you told about fake incident, but how we have to use this false positive? Why
Yeah.
we have to use this?
Yeah, basically alerts will receive. It will suspect our EDR tool, our proxy tool, or firewall tool, our web application firewall tool, or maybe our SIM tool, or maybe our IDS tool or IPS tool. It will suspect maybe something abnormal is going to happen. It will suspect maybe one of the instant it is received to the end user system or database or application or cloud or maybe one of the server. It will suspect and it will throw error based on yesterday we discussed about signature based detection and also behavioral based detection and also machine learning capability. Okay, it will suspect and it will throw error. Maybe if it is really happened, then maybe it is something dangerous to the organization. So whatever suspicion it is doing by tool, that's why human beings are required. When you say human beings, nothing but security analyst team, L1 team or L2 team or other L3 team. If everything tool is doing, why human beings are required? Why L1 team or L2 team and L3 team is required? If everything tool is doing, it is not necessary, right? So that is the reason whenever any suspicion or abnormal it's going and it's happening, tool will throw error. As a security analyst, we have to go and we have to verify really something is got compromised or it is like a fake. So that is called false positive. Is it clear?
Yes, I'm thinking whatever it is really or fake. That is the secondary, but the alert will, the notification will came.
Exactly. Yes, you are right. So whatever that is positive or negative, that notification will come to us. Once notification will come, then we have to go and we have to verify whether really it's happened or not happened. You are right.
If it is really happened, we have to recover it. If it is error, it will go
Yes,
out.
correct. Exactly. If it is really happened, we will take care of the instant response. Nothing but why it is happened, where it is happened, and also whether data breach it is happened or not. If data breach is happened, what level of the data is copied by the hacker or intruder or attacker. You are right. So that is entire process we can call it as incident response. Incident response. Okay. So if something got compromised, so that is we will take care of incident response. What level of the data breach it is happened. You are right. Coming back on the false positive, it's a fake incident. We can make a summary of the report and finally we can give the conclusion. Nothing to worry. There is nothing has happened. It's a fake incident. Then we can make a summary of the report and we can attach the evidences. Always evidence is a mandatory for any incident, whatever we are working on. Why? Because even a criminal bureau investigation team or federal bureau investigation team related to family, related to, okay, so criminal investigations, evidence is a mandate. Without evidence, any family court or normal court or Supreme Court or High Court will not accept. Evidence is a mandatory. Same thing or same concept is applicable to here as well. So it is a fake or it is a real. So always evidence is a mandatory. We have to attach those evidence. We can make a summary of the report and finally we have to close. Okay. So that is about the overall false positive and true positive. So coming back true positive, something really happened and we have to take care of incident response. Why the incident is got compromised? Why, where, when, how? why, where, when, and how the instant is got compromised. And also, we have to provide instant response. When you say incident response, we have to take care of the infection cleaning, we have to take care of the data recovery, even we have to prepare one of the root cause analysis document. In that root cause analysis document, we have to specify what is the problem, why the problem has occurred, and what is the solution we implemented. So this particular root cause analysis document will be used for future purpose. It's like a knowledge base, or it is like a documentation. Okay. You have to provide instant response. IR is nothing but instant response. So instant response is L2 and L3 team will do, guys. L1 team just they will classify fake or real. That's it. L1 role is very simple. They will classify instant is a fake or real. L2 team, they will take care of the instant response also. Infection cleaning, recovery, root cause analysis. L3 team, they will take care of fine tuning, troubleshooting, escalated one. All those will be taken care by L3. That is the difference between L1, L2, and L3. Once again, I'm repeating. L1 team will identify instant or attack is a false positive and true positive. If it is a false positive, then they can make a summary of the report. They will attach the evidence and then they will close it. That's all. So if it is L2, they will take care of the infection cleaning also. That infection cleaning is called as incident response. Infection cleaning is nothing but mitigation, eradication, prevention. That is called eradication or mitigation or prevention. Who will take care of that one? L2 team. Then what is the L3 role? L3 role is escalated one, priority one. There are different types of tickets we will receive or instance we will receive. One is P1, P2, P3, P4 or P5. So these are all the different types of priority one, priority two, priority three, priority four, and priority 5. Okay. Even this one you are observing in our day-to-day life also. So maybe you are putting one of the internet connectivity. So unfortunately, whatever velocity you are using or Act Fibernet you are using or some other vendor internet connectivity you are using, unfortunately, you are not able to access the internet. What exactly you will do in that scenario? I'm repeating once again. So maybe one of the internet connection you have done in your home internet. So you are not able to access the any internet related applications like YouTube or Facebook or maybe any other application. What will you do? What will you do? Did you understand my question or not?
Yeah, can you repeat the question one more time, Artiga?
Yeah. So what I'm saying, maybe in your home, you put one of the internet connection, that internet connection may be different vendors. So we have a couple of vendors are available, Airtel or BSNL or Act Fibernet or Velocity or maybe Idea and so on. So unfortunately, you are not able to access the internet in your home. What will you do?
We will contact the internet service provider and we'll ask for the resolution about the problem.
Exactly. That's perfect answer. So you will contact the service provider related to whatever vendor related internet you are using. So in that scenario,
We'll raise the complaint.
yes, you will raise the complaint. That's correct. So that complaint, once again, it will be different. Okay. So scenarios. One is they have to resolve the connection or issue within 4 hours. They have to resolve in the 12 hours. They have to resolve in the 24 hours. They have to resolve in the 48 hours. Okay. What an issue are facing, respective internet service providers, they will go and they will see whether we have to fix in the 4 hours, or maybe 8 hours, maybe 12 hours, or maybe 24 hours, or maybe 48 hours. Same thing is applicable to here also. Okay. So in official terminology, whatever that particular time based, okay, so connection issues or connections closure we are using, that is called SLA, service level agreement. service level agreement. So this instant response also we have to complete within the specified SLA. Whatever SLA it is defined. Next topic is that one only. That's why I ask this question. SLA. So SLA full form is service level agreement. So just now couple of folks has provided, they will raise a complaint or they will contact service provider related to internet, right? So maybe they will fix in the, if it is a priority 1, they'll fix in the 4 hours. If priority 2, they'll fix in the 12 hours. If priority 3, they'll fix in the 24 hours. If priority 4, they'll 48 hours. So whatever priority 1 tickets are there, that one will be taken care of by L3 team, escalated one. Within the less time, we have to fix the problem. Within the less time, we have to fix the problem. Who will take care of that one in SOC? That is nothing but L3. Escalated one or priority number 1 will be done by L3 team. Okay, same thing is applicable to here as well. So service level agreement, just now we have seen service level agreement is completely based on time basis. So when you say time basis, it's operational oriented. What is the service level agreement? When you say, whenever you say agreement between two parties will make one of the agreement. That agreement is based on time. That based on time is called service level agreement. Example, in practical, if I want to say, maybe TCS is got one of the project related to SBI Bank. TCS consulting service based company is got one of the project related to SBI Bank website design. Who will develop this particular website design? This one will be developed by TCS application development team or TCS application programmers. Okay, so for TCS, this is called as a project. Now, example, TCS.com, one of the project, or sorry, SBI Bank, SBI.com is one of the project they want to implement in SBI. So that project is received by TCS company. So whenever SBIbank.com website is going down, in that scenario, because this project they given to respect to TCS company, now TCS company can make sure that always this website should be available. In case it is not available, so what is the impact related to SBI Bank? Okay, so these two parties, TCS company and also SBI company, at the time of giving the order or project, they'll put some terms and conditions. In the terms conditions, whenever TCS company is not able to deliver the project within the specified deliverables, you have to pay penalty or you have to make a fine. Okay, always the service level agreements, it should be completely fine or penalty. Okay, so how this agreement will happen between consulting company and also customer or client? In this scenario, who is consulting company? TCS is a consulting or service oriented company. And who is client? SBI Bank is client. This is what every company normally they will do projects. Any project you can consider. North America, South America, Asia Pacific, Middle East, Australia, Europe, Africa, all these continents related projects will be done by our consulting based multinational companies. Example, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Accenture, Cognizant, okay, Emphasis, so on. Okay, so how we can define? It is also inter question, guys. What is SLA? What is SLA? Also inter question. It is a contractual agreement between consulting or service-based company to customer or client. This is applicable to every team. This is applicable to every team, not only cyber security team. This is applicable to machine learning team. This is applicable to DevOps team. This is applicable to testing team. This is applicable to application development team, product development team, mobile development team, and so on. Okay. That is the way how these consulting companies will work. So example, TCS company got Bank of America project. In this scenario, consulting company name is TCS and client or customer. Who is the client or customer? Who is the client or customer here?
Yeah, Bank of America.
Yes, correct. Bank of America. So whenever Bank of America is giving the project to TCS, so they will define the time-based service level agreements, project deliverables, or whatever it may be, support also. Okay. Always SLAs will be time-based. Okay. So for coming back to cyber security incidents, for a critical SLA or critical incident, we have to fix in the 4 hours. Inter question, guys, this one also. What is your SLA? It is defined in your organization. Whatever current company SLA service level agreements are defined in your organization. It is not technical question at all. This question is not at all technical. It is process oriented. What is the process we are following? What is the process we are following? Okay. Critical incident we have to fix in the 4 hours or 4 hours, and high incident, high severity, we have to fix in the 12 hours. Example, medium incidents, we have to fix in the 24 hours. Low or informational, we have to fix in 48 hours. So this entire question. What are the SLAs you are following in your organization? What are the SLAs defined in your organization? It is not at all technical. What is the process you are following? What is the process you are following? Whatever concepts I am discussing, everything now, it is ITIL. ITIL. ITIL is one of the process, most of the organization, that to service delivery companies. When you say service delivery companies or consulting companies, example, all the MNC companies, whoever is working on, there are 2 different types of companies. One is product-based company, example, Robert Bosch, Honeywell, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, HP, IBM. All these companies are product-based companies. Second companies types is service-based companies or consulting companies. Example, you know very well, Cognizant, TCS, Infosys, Wipro. Okay, so Accenture or Accenture. So next one, Capgemini, Mindtree, Emphasis. All these are service-based companies. Service-based companies, most of the cases, they will follow ITIL. When you say ITIL, Information Technology Infrastructure Library. As per Information Technology Infrastructure Library, all these are process oriented. Which process you are following? So once you are clearing technical round as a first round of the interview, second round of the interview, it's a completely belongs to managerial based, your personal development skills, your honesty, your spontaneous, your pressurized questions, and your process oriented questions they will ask. In second round of the interview, I'm asking. I'm saying. In second round of the interview, one is basic technical questions they will ask. Second, process oriented questions they will ask. One is managerial based questions they will ask. Your personal development related questions they will ask. Your spontaneous, how you are responding back within short span of time. That one they will test. And also your person as a person. So what is your identity? Your honesty. everything they will test. That is second round of the interview. It depends once again. So first round, second round, third round. In second round, so these questions we can expect. Okay. So that is about SLA. Next one is MTTD. What is MTTD? What is MTTD? What is MTTD? Full form. Mean time to detection. Mean time to detection. So mean time to detection meaning here average. So we have three different types of mathematical calculations we discussed under 10th class. One is mean, mode, and also median. Mean, mode, and median. So mean is nothing but average. Average. So average time to detect the incident. Average time to detect the incident. That is called mean. Mean time to detection. Average time to detect the incident. That is called mean time to detection. Nothing but detecting. MTTI. Mean time to identification. So nothing but average time to identify the incident. What type of incident we receive. Next one is mean time to recovery, MTTR. How much time it will take, okay, to recover the data. Average time to recover the data. That is called mean time to recovery. Mean time to detection, mean time to identification, mean time to recovery. Okay, nothing but average time to identify the incident, detect the incident, and also recover the incident. So if we have the SOP, so our mean time to detection, mean time to identification, and mean time to recovery, it will take less time. So one more way I will explain. Maybe today you received one of the unknown incident. So that SOP is not there. Please understand all these concepts, guys. So today you received one of the unknown new category of the attack. New category of the attack. So that particular attack or incident, you don't have any documentation related to SOP. Nothing but you don't have any documentation. So maybe that time it will take overall maybe 8 hours. So now you have to document everything that one as a SOP for future reference or as a knowledge base, as a documentation. Maybe tomorrow, once again, same instant it is receiving. Whether once again it will take 8 hours?
No.
How much time it will take now?
4
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, right, you are right. Less than 8 hours. So initially one instant is received. Okay, so it is taking 8 hours to overall analysis and investigation. Okay, everything, total end-to-end process. Tomorrow, once again, okay, same instant it is receiving. Already you know what is the exact you have done yesterday or what you have done today. Same process you will follow. So now it will take less than 8 hours, maybe 4 hours or maybe 6 hours or maybe 2 hours also. That's why, so these SOPs are very, very important. Okay, so if you are creating SOPs, mean time to detection, mean time to identification, and mean time to recovery will take less time. That's why these SOPs are very, 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 very important to organization level. Okay, not only because of that one, whenever if you want to refer, or maybe in future, do you think that every employee is fixed in the dedicated till retirement? Everybody will work till retirement in any organization?
No.
Not
No, no.
necessarily. Yeah. So they will switch from one company to another company. So if you don't have any documentation or any reference documents, whoever is coming or onboarding, how they will go on, they will do the overall process, whatever we are following. So that's why these SOPs we have to create. One is for reference purpose, one is for knowledge based purpose, one is for, okay, so regularly same employee will not work for till retirement. Obviously, at the end of the day, money is matters. They'll switch over from one company to another company. So that's why we have to create all these SOPs. Okay, so if we're creating SOPs, so these time will reduce. Maybe initial time it will take very high time, but later it will reduce because already we have reference documentation is there. Okay, this is also one of the interview question, guys. That's why I'm giving this much in-depth analysis. If you don't know one of the unknown scenario, your alone is there in the shift or your alone is working, what exactly you will do? Example, in Ramadan time, nothing but Ramjan time or Ramadan time, or maybe in Dasra or Vijayadashmi time, or maybe in Pongal time, or maybe in the Christmas time. Your alone is available in the shift. And one of the instant is received as a new category. It is not existing in your SOP. What exactly you will do in this scenario? Anyone? It is not at all technical. It is not at all technical. This is procedure oriented based question. Anyone?
Intimate to L2 team.
Directly intimate to L2 team? It's
Try
a
to
good
do
answer.
this.
It's a good answer. Intimating to L2 team, it's a good answer. So directly will
We
inform
have to
L2.
initially create an SOP.
Okay. Any other?
I think we have to create an initial SOP.
Yeah, you will
But
create
we have to
initial.
check it in
You
the
will
file.
create. Okay. You will create initial SOP. That's correct. But after completing total overall procedure only. After completing total overall investigation only. So that is the answer. Wrong. Any other?
It is check first false positive or
First of all, identify the type of incident, sir.
Okay.
That is critical incident or
Okay.
high incident.
It's a critical incident, whatever it is, you are right. Severity of the incident, critical or higher, whatever. Okay, example, critical. Okay, you are alone is there in this shift. What exactly you will do? There is no documentation. There is no reference. Okay, there is no knowledge base. Nothing is there. So it is not at all technical. This is your, okay, completely what is the process you will follow and what is escalation matrix. And also it is oriented to your personal learning skill capability, your personal development skill capability. How you are thinking whenever unknown thing is happened to in our life or maybe in your.
Can we do that OWASP, the top 10 incidents? Is that it? You can refer that in the top 10 incident attacks kind of thing, OWASP. That's what we do, right? We refer.
Yeah, so first thing is, yes, you are right. First, not only just OS top 10. First, I will go and I will check in the Google or any other websites or any other YouTube channel and so on. So how much? Yeah.
But I was about to say RK, but I thought just referring in Google and copying it from something or somewhere else, it might not be the accurate answer.
No,
I thought
it is accurate answer. It is accurate answer. It is accurate answer. Why? Because yeah. So your personal interest. So your personal growth. So how you are testing yourself? What is identity? Everything they will test it. Okay. So what is your interest basically? It is not technical. That's what I said. So whether you are learning to, I mean, whether you are able to learn new things or not. Okay, it's completely, it's based on this particular thing is your new learning capability. New learning capability. Whether you are eagerly to learn new things or not. So it is like a fake incident. But don't say an fake incident. But for understanding purpose, I am saying fake incident. Okay, this answer is first I will go and I'll re-verify. So couple of websites or couple of videos as a personal interest. Later, someone said already, I will inform to L2 team. I'll inform to L3 team. I'll inform to SOC manager. I will inform to director. Finally, I'll inform to client or customer. So this is the process you have to follow. Okay, no, don't worry. So I'm going too much in-depth analysis. So that is about overall definitions. So tomorrow we'll start networking concepts. Tomorrow we'll start networking concepts. Okay. So these words or these terminology or these definitions, I will use not I, we will use regularly next 70 hours. Okay. So tomorrow onwards, I will start our networking concepts as per course or syllabus. First one is OSA layers. Tomorrow I will start OSA layers. So small introduction I will give. So whenever if you want to do any design, we will use draw.io. Draw.io is one of the website. So if you want to do any architecture diagram, most of the software architects and also security architect or solution architect, they will use this particular architecture website, or maybe in Confluence page also. Create a new diagram. And here I will put example OSA layers and create. So here also I'll put OSA layers, name and save button. So now draw.io, I'm creating one of the high level design document. Just simple. So I will draw one of the computer otherwise.
Hello.
Yes, please. So here so many options also available. I'll go to Cisco. Just I want to make one computer, that's all. Okay, this is one of the PC computer. Maybe this one more PC. So most of the architecture people are design team. So I told you, right? So there are different types of teams are involved for every project. One is sales team, pre-sales team, design or architecture team, implementation team, and also finally operational support team, L1, L2, and L3 team. So these many teams are involved for any project. So I have taken two computers. So this is user A computer. This one is belongs to user B computer. Okay, in case if user A wants to communicate user B, okay, so these two machines or these two computers or these two people we can call peer devices. Peer devices, peer. When you say peer, peer means PER, peer. That is technical terminology. Peer means neighbor device. So user A neighbor device is user B device. User B neighbor device is user A device. That is called peer. Peer is nothing but neighbor. Okay. Peer-to-peer communication. When you say peer-to-peer communication, user A wants to communicate user B, user B wants to communicate user A. Okay. So now, if user A wants to communicate user B, vice versa, nothing but bidirectional. User B wants to communicate to user A. In this scenario, it will follow some of the protocols. Some of the protocols. Okay. So that protocols we can call it the guidelines or rules and regulations. Rules and regulations. Okay. If this user A wants to communicate, means that communication may be anything you can consider. Maybe user A wants to send an email to user B, or maybe so user A wants to message to user B, or maybe user A wants to send one of the email to user B, and so on. Not only think user B, maybe even you can think one of the server also. This is one of the server, or one of the website, or one of the application, or one of the printer. If it is a printer, maybe this user will give printout. Maybe this is one of the server. Maybe user A will act as the server. Maybe this is one of the website. User way will go and access the website. Everything is a backend is a communication. Everything backend is a communication. For communicating any two devices, any peer-to-peer devices, it will follow set of guidelines or principles. That set of guidelines or principles, we can call it as protocols. Protocols. So in between these two devices, it will follow a couple of nodes also. Nodes. Okay. This is basically we discussed about optical fiber communication +2 in physics. Same concept here also. So finally, so it will follow these nodes, and finally it will reach from one user to another user. That communication. That communication, whatever user is sending a message or maybe mail or maybe printer or maybe accessing the website or maybe accessing the server and so on. It will follow set of guidelines or principles or protocols using some of the nodes. This entire process, we can call it as a communication channel. This communication channel is provided by ISO. ISO 1984. In 1984, ISO full form is International Standard Organization. International Standard Organization. This International Standard Organization in 1984, this communication channel is provided. This communication channel is nothing but voice layer communication. So voice layer, what exactly it will define? Communication between two devices or two machines or maybe two servers or two databases or user to application or user to server or user to database or user to, so maybe printer and so on in 1984. So this entire process we can call communication channel. That communication channel ISO 1984, in 1984 they developed that communication channel is nothing but voice layer communication. Okay. Example, you want to access facebook.com. That is also one of the communication channel. That communication channel follow ISO 1984, whatever they defined. It will follow all the layer approach. So example, one of the end user trying to access google.com. So I given google.com now in the web browser of the Google Chrome or maybe Internet Explorer or maybe Safari or maybe Firefox. So what is the backend process it will follow? OSA layer approach. OSA layer approach. If you are trying to access any of the application or any of the server or any of the database, it will follow. So voice layer approach only. It is one of the entire question. One of the end user or client is trying to access google.com. What is the backend process it will follow? What the backend process it will follow? OSA layer approach. It's one of the very favorite entire question. Salesforce company, ServiceNow company, HSBC company, and also obviously TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Mindtree, Capgemini, every company they have lost this entire question. One of the end user is giving, one of the website is trying to access. What is the backend process? What the backend process it will follow? OSA layer approach. All the 7 layers it will follow. It is nothing but communication. User is trying to access one of the application or website. Not only any website, it may be YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or anything you can consider. It will follow voice layer approach. So that we can discuss tomorrow. This is introduction. Okay, this is introduction. Is it clear or not? Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Clear, sir.
Okay, done. So tomorrow I will start networking concepts. In that networking concept, first topic is voice layers. Okay, so tomorrow onwards our main syllabus will start, guys. Whatever till today 4 to 5 classes we discussed, everything is introduction classes only. Everything is introduction, but those introduction and basic we will use regularly. protocols, definitions, abbreviations. Okay, everything will use next 70 hours. Okay, that's all for today. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Good night.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Good night, sir.